Hello everybody. Today I'll be teaching a topic in discrete mathematical structures whose subject code is 18CS36. In Module 2, Fundamental Principles of Counting, I'll be teaching a topic known as combinations with repetitions. Myself, Dr. Madhura, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. Firstly, let us know what is combinations. Suppose we wish to select with repetition a combination of R objects from a set of n distinct objects. Then the number of such selections is given by C of n plus R minus 1 comma R. That is n plus R minus 1 CR. This represents the number of combinations of n distinct objects taken R at a time with repetitions allowed. So we'll be doing the selection repeatedly. That is what we're going to represent in combinations with repetitions. Let us note the following points. C of n plus R minus 1 comma R represents the number of ways in which R identical objects can be distributed among n distinct containers. A very important concept while doing problems. So we will be distributing R identical objects into n distinct containers. So what we will be distributing will be represented by R, and where we'll be putting those objects will be represented by n. We'll note another important point, that is C of n plus R minus 1 comma R also represents the number of non-negative integer solutions of the equation x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. up to xn is equal to R. So suppose we wish to find out the number of non-negative integer solutions of an equation which is of this form, that is sum up to n terms is equal to R, then that representation can be obtained by n plus R minus 1 CR. So using the formula for combinations with repetitions. So let us see problems on this topic today. Firstly, in how many ways 10 identical dimes can be distributed among 5 children if there are no restrictions? And second condition, each child gets at least 1 dime. And thirdly, the oldest child gets at least 2 dimes. So when we are saying the word at least and at least 2 dimes and all, we'll be distributing the child repeatedly. So there arises the combination with repetition. So firstly, according to the child's wish, we are going to give 1 dime. In the case 2 I'm talking about. And later repeatedly we distribute the remaining dimes also among those 5 children. So that is how we are going to deal with the second and the third case. So let us begin with the solution. Since there are no restrictions for the first case, there are no restrictions. So 10 identical dimes can be distributed among 5 children in C of 5 plus 10 minus 1 comma 10. So this is of the form C of n plus R minus 1 comma R. We are distributing the 10 identical dimes. So that becomes R is equal to 10. And we are putting those, or we are distributing those dimes to 5 children. So where we are distributing becomes n. So the 5 children becomes the value of n. So it is of the form C of n plus R minus 1 comma R. So this gives us combination 14C10. 14C10 will be 1001 ways. So here we have chosen n equal to 5 and r equal to 10. So first case was a simple one since there were no restrictions. Secondly, each child gets at least one dime. So since there are 5 children, first we will be distributing one dime to each of the child. So we are left over with 5 more dimes. There were totally 10 identical dimes. And if we are distributing one dime to each of the child, so there are 5 children, so each one of them will get one dime. So 5 is over. And the remaining 5 dimes can be distributed among the 5 children. So whenever the word at least comes, we will be doing repeatedly the selection. So we are now distributing the remaining 5 dimes among the 5 children in C of 5 plus 5 minus 1 comma 5 ways, which is 9C5 equal to 126 ways. So here what we are distributing is the remaining 5 dimes and we are distributing that to the remaining 5 children. Each one of the child has to get at least one dime. So remaining will be distributed among all the 5 children. So both n and r here is considered as 5. Now the third case, the oldest child gets at least 2 dimes. So first let us distribute 2 dimes to the oldest child. So among the 5 children, let us assume one of them is the oldest. So first we are distributing 2 dimes to the oldest child. Then we are left over with 8 more dimes and we need to distribute that remaining 8 dimes to the 5 children. So what we are distributing is 8 dimes. So r is equal to 8 and we are distributing that to 5 children. So n is equal to 5. So C of this can be done in C of 5 plus 8 minus 1 comma 8 ways. It is C of n plus r minus 1 comma r ways. Substituting n and r, we have the step which is 12C8. 12C8 gives us 495 ways. So as I mentioned, here we have taken n equal to 5 and r is equal to 8. So this was a simple problem on distribution. This is combination with repetitions. So repeatedly we are trying to distribute some object, identical object. Let us see another problem. In how many ways one can distribute, I repeat, in how many ways one can distribute 8 identical marbles in 4 distinct containers so that no container is empty. Secondly, the 4th container has an odd number of marbles in it. So our cases are distribution of 8 identical marbles into 4 distinct containers. So in general, on the general concept of this problem, understanding of this problem, r is equal to 8 because what we are distributing becomes r and we are putting it to the distinct containers. So we have 4 distinct containers and hence n is equal to 4. So based on the given cases, we have to do the distribution. So firstly, let us first distribute one marble to each of the 4 containers. So I should have the condition in the first case that no container is left empty. Since none of the containers has to be empty, so we give off one marble or we distribute one marble to each of the 4 containers first. So remaining is how many marbles? Since we have given one marble each to 4 containers, there were totally 8 marbles. So now 4 more are left. So remaining 4 marbles should be now distributed to 4 containers. Should be distributed to 4 containers. So both n is equal to 4 and r is equal to 4. We are distributing 4 marbles. So r is equal to 4. We are putting those marbles to the 4 containers. So n is also equal to 4. And this can be done in C of 4 plus 4 minus 1 comma 4 ways. That is taking both n and r equal to 4. So this gives us 7C4, which is equal to 35 ways. 35 ways. Now the second case is the fourth container has an odd number of marbles in it. Right, I have 4 containers, 4 distinct containers. Among that, the fourth one should have odd number of marbles in it. So when I say odd number of marbles, it can be 1 marble into the fourth container, or 3 marbles into the fourth container, or 5 marbles into the fourth container, or 7 marbles into the fourth container. Since we have only 8 identical marbles, it can be 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 marbles distributed to the fourth container. So 4 different cases arises. So let us see to that case. If the fourth container has to get an odd number of marbles, then we have to put either 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 marbles into it. So let us discuss those cases one by one. First case, I call it as case A. Suppose we distribute 1 marble to fourth container, then remaining 7 marbles can be distributed into the remaining 3 containers in C of 3 plus 7 minus 1 comma 7 ways. So here we are putting an odd number of marble to the fourth container. So fourth container has a restriction, right? We have to put only odd number of marbles into it. So in the case 1, I am considering only 1 marble being distributed to the fourth container. So fourth container work is over. So we are left over with only 3 more containers. And we are left with the remaining 7 marbles to be distributed. So what we are distributing is denoted by R. So R is equal to 7. And we are distributing that to the 3 containers. So N is equal to 3. So this distribution can be done in C of N plus R minus 1 comma R ways. So 3 plus 7 minus 1 comma 7, which is 9C7 ways. That is nothing but 36 ways. Now, going on to second case, that is case B. Suppose we put 3 marbles to fourth container. So we are talking about putting odd number of marbles into the fourth container, no? So that is why second case we assume that we are distributing 3 marbles to the fourth container. Then the remaining 5 marbles can be distributed to the remaining 3 containers. So fourth container has a restriction. It has to compulsorily contain only 3 marbles in it. Odd number of marbles we are talking about. So compulsorily we take 3 marbles only. So remaining is 5 more marbles. And that has to be distributed to the remaining 3 containers. And this distribution can be done in C of 3 plus 5 minus 1 comma 5 ways. That is 7C5, which is equal to 21 ways. Here we have considered N equal to 3 and R equal to 5. We are distributing 5 marbles. So R equal to 5. We are distributing that to the 3 distinct containers. So N equal to 3. Now case 3. Suppose we wish to put 5 marbles. The next odd number is 5. So we put 5 marbles into the fourth container. So remaining is totally 3 more marbles are remain. Since we had 8 marbles in total and we distribute fourth container 5 marbles only. That is odd number of marbles we are talking about. So remaining 3 marbles can be distributed to the 3 containers. So again restriction on the fourth container that it has to contain only odd number of marbles. So if I distribute 5 marbles into fourth container, then 3 more are left. 3 more marbles should be distributed to the 3 containers. So here both N and R is equal to 3. And this distribution can be done in C of 3 plus 3 minus 1 comma 3 ways. That is 5C 3 ways, which is 10. And the last case arises that we distribute 7 marbles to the fourth container. Odd number of marbles. So the last odd number among the 8 marbles existing is 7 marbles. We are distributing 7 marbles to the fourth container and we are left over with only 1 marble which has to be distributed to the remaining 3 containers. So which can be done in C of 3 plus 1 minus 1 comma 1 ways or 3C1 ways, which is 3 ways only. So repeatedly we are doing the distribution here, and here we have taken R equal to 1 because only 1 more marble was left over to distribute to the 3 containers. So N equal to 3. Now either of these cases can happen, not simultaneously all the cases arises. So either we can distribute 1 marble or 3 marbles or 5 marbles or 7 marbles to the fourth container. So sum rule comes into existence. So total number of ways of distributing the given marbles is, adding up all the cases, 36 plus 21 plus 10 plus 3, which leads to 70. So there are totally 70 ways that the distribution can be done in this case. That is distributing odd number of marbles into the fourth container. Now we'll see another problem which is based on the integer solutions. Question is, find the number of integer solutions of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 is equal to 30, where x1 is greater than or equal to 2, x2 is greater than or equal to 3, x3 is greater than or equal to 4, x4 is greater than or equal to 2, x5 is greater than or equal to 0. So we recall the property about the number of integer solutions. Number of integer solutions is given by finding out the number of integers, non-negative integer solutions will be C of n plus r minus 1 comma r ways. So if I have to find out the number of non-negative integer solutions of any equation whose sum is of the form x1 plus x2 etc. up to xn is equal to r, then that can be done in C of n plus r minus 1 comma r ways. And to apply that formula, we have to have each of these xi's, that is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, being greater than or equal to 0. It has to be non-negative. So let us firstly assume y1 as x1 minus 2. We take 2 to the other side and we denote it by x1 minus 2 as y1. So that y1 is greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, we denote x2 minus 3, taking 3 to the left hand side. x2 minus 3 we denote it by y2, so that y2 is greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, we do it for y3. y3 is denoted as x3 minus 4 and y4 is denoted as x4 minus 2. so that both y3 and y4 is non-negative. And since x5 is already a non-negative integer, we denote y5 by x5, so that y5 is also greater than or equal to 0. So we observe that each of these y values are all non-negative integers. So that is yi is greater than or equal to 0. So only when we have the condition that we have non-negative integers, then we'll be able to apply the formula for combination with repetitions given by C of n plus r minus 1 comma r. Now let us substitute each of these values, that is y1, y2 up to y5, in the given equation. So substituting into the given equation, we can have x1. x1 from the substitution that we have made is y1 plus 2. So x1 will be y1 plus 2. Similarly, x2 from the substitution that we have made will be y2 plus 3. So x2 is equal to y2 plus 3. Similarly, x3 will be y3 plus 4. x4 will be y4 plus 2. And finally, x5 is equal to y5. So we have substituted each term and we have the expression or the equation in terms of y's now. Let us simplify this. So we get y1 to y5 plus the constants being added in the left hand side gives us 11 equal to 30. Taking 11 to the right hand side, this will be 19 in the right hand side, and we have each of these yi is greater than or equal to 0. Now this comes to the standard form of our requirement to apply the formula for combinations with repetitions. So taking n equal to 5 and r equal to 19, right? This is of the form x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. up to xn is equal to r. So r value is 19 and n value, the last value that we are having as a suffix is 5. So n equal to 5. So the required number will be C of n plus r minus 1 comma r. Substituting n and r values, we get 23C19. 23C19, whose value will be 8,855. So this is another category of problem, finding out the number of integer solutions. Let us see another problem based on the same manner, but we have an inequality in the given question here. So we need to find the number of integer solutions for x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 is less than 40. We have an inequality symbol in the question. And the conditions are given. First condition, each of xi's are non-negative and I varies from 1 to 5 in this case also. Second condition, xi's are greater than or equal to minus 3. Again, I lying between 1 to 5. So we need to find the integer solutions of this given inequality in both these cases. So firstly, we'll consider the given inequality x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. up to x5 is less than 40. And the first condition given is xi is greater than or equal to 0. Now we will be able to write down this inequality in the form x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. up to x5 equal to 39 minus x6. We use here a basic property among the numbers. Suppose we have any two numbers added together is less than a value 10. Suppose I have 2 plus 3 is less than 10. then I can write this expression removing the inequality as 2 plus 3 equal to 9 minus 4. So lesser than 10, we have the least value that lesser than 10 will be 9. So 9 minus some value I have to consider so that the inequality becomes equal. So I already had the sum in the left hand side as 5. So that is the reason I had to take minus 4 in the right hand side. So less than 40 is our case here. So the lesser number to 40 will be 39. So in order to remove inequality, we write down this as 39 minus some non-negative integer x6. So taking x6 to the other side, left hand side, we'll be getting the sum as x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. up to x6 is equal to 39. And this expression is true for all xi greater than or equal to 0. For each of the x values, this is non-negative. Now taking n equal to 6 and r equal to 39, we'll be able to find out the number of non-negative integer solutions for the given inequality. We converted the given inequality to an equality, and taking n equal to 6 and r equal to 39, the required number will be of the form C of n plus r minus 1 comma r. That is C of 6 plus 39 minus 1 comma 39, which will be 44C39 equal to 10,86,008. Now we are still left over with the second case to do. For the same inequality, that is x1 plus x2, x3, etc. up to x5 is less than 40, we have to consider the condition based on xi greater than or equal to minus 3. So we will take the expression in terms of y's like we did in the previous problem and take care of this in the second case. So since each of these xi's is greater than or equal to minus 3, let us assume yi as xi plus 3. Taking minus 3 to the LHS, this becomes xi plus 3, and we assume that xi plus 3 as yi, so that each of the yi values are non-negative. Now, the given equation with this substitution becomes x1 is the first term. x1 will be y1 minus 3. So we have substituted that. x2 will be y2 minus 3. x3 is y3 minus 3. Similarly for x4 and x5, it will be y4 minus 3 and y5 minus 3. And the inequality we have as it is less than 40. So we have y1, y2, y3 plus y4 plus y5 minus 15. Summing up all the constants in the left hand part, it is minus 15 less than 40. Taking minus 15 to the RHS, 40 plus 15 will be 55. Now we will try to remove this inequality using the same concept what we did in the previous problem. So we have y1 to y5 sum is less than 55. In order to remove the inequality, we can write it down as 54 minus some y, that is y6. And taking y6 to the left hand side, we'll be getting sum of y1 to y6 will be equal to 54. Now we can find out the number of non-negative integer solutions by writing down n and r from this expression. So n is equal to 6 and r equal to 54. So the required number will be C of n plus r minus 1 comma r, which will be C of 6 plus 54 minus 1 comma 54. 59C54, which will be 50,06,386. So this is how we can see problems on combinations with repetitions. Hope you all enjoy these problems. Thank you.